Thanks for tuning back in to the YouTube channel for the Pinkman Baseball Academy. What I'm going to be covering in this series of clips are some of the keys to the angle move to first base for a left-handed pitcher. One of the first things that we do when we get a left-handed pitcher and we're working on their pickoff move is merely their pitch to the plate. Obviously, if we cannot consistently throw strikes with a runner on first base, we're not going to have a problem with the runner on first base. So one of the things that we have all of our pitchers work on is a simple series of movements we call leg up, leg down, head down. What we feel this does is give them a consistent rhythm when they're pitching, a default mode, if you will, as they lift their leg, which is most of the time when a good base runner is going to steal, they're going to be looking at the base runner. This does two things. One, it gives the base runner the impression that I'm paying attention to you and I know what you're doing. The other is, again, it gives the pitcher, now this is a very advanced part of the move, but if you have a pitcher that has a good enough pickoff move where he can read the base runner, probably right about now is when he's going to steal, as soon as that pitcher lifts up his leg. So you'll be able to read that and then pick accordingly if you perform this series of movements appropriately. Notice, very balanced, not leaning back, not rushing to the plate, just leg up, leg down, head down. Picking up the target, ready to deliver the pitch. Now, having done that, we must perform this movement when we perform the pickoff. So as you can see here, the image on the left is a pickoff to first base. You can see we put down a small strip of wood to give the pitcher a point that they should step on or within. This is very important because a lot of the time, if pitchers are left to their own devices, they will not step as far down this line as they need to. As we're lifting our leg, performing the pick or the pitch, you'll see there's the leg up, head up. The angle of this leg, the lift leg, is very important. If that changes, that's another easy tell for the base runner. And now once you get to this point, it's leg down, head down. As we're performing the pickoff on the left, it is very important that you stride down the line as much as possible. A lot of the time, pitchers will step very shortly on this line, maybe only to about here. As they do that, it does not give the base runner the appearance that they are performing the pick. Again, we are limited by the rule book. It says we have to step within a given angle, that's 45 degrees, to the base. Here, this angle is approximately that angle. In order to even follow the rules more, we cannot create any more deception than where we step. So notice the glove hand on the left is moving out toward the leg that I'm stepping with, toward the direction that I am throwing the ball. I tell my students a lot of the time, when you step this direction, you want to imagine that you're throwing a ball in that direction, just like you're throwing a ball in this direction with the pitch on the right. This is probably where most left-handed pitchers with great moves pick off more base runners. If you can create that consistent leg up, head up movement prior to stepping toward the plate or toward the base for a pickoff move, that is half of the pickoff move. Right now, the base runner does not know whether you're going to home or to the plate or to first base. Now, as the pitcher steps forward, you're trying to delay that decision that that base runner is trying to make. And as you can see, my hands are behaving in a very similar manner. Separating the hands toward the lead foot, and now able to make an accurate throw. The length of the stride that I'm taking in the picture on the left is probably a little bit long. It'd be very difficult to make a strong or an accurate throw. But as you can see, as I'm separating my hands, there becomes space in between my feet. A lot of times that's what base coaches and base runners are looking for. If you see space between the pitcher's feet, that means they're going to the plate. So if you have the pitcher stride without a ball, without making a throw, longer than they will in the game, they'll get more comfortable with it and therefore be more confident in their pickoff move. So again, if we can perform that leg up, head up move, when we lift our leg, looking at the base runner, we delay the reaction the base runner has about whether we're picking or pitching, and then we use the angle that we're given. We step as far down that line as we can to create the idea that we are stepping toward the plate, creating separation between the hands and the feet. Notice the front shoulder is slightly turned toward the base, but it's on the line that we are given, the angle that we are given. That is within the rule books, that we are not creating any deception outside of stepping on the angle that is in the rule book. If you can perform these tasks, you will pick off more base runners. It does take a lot of practice. Notice how in neither of these pictures I have a ball. It is important to work on these movements before you attempt to throw. Getting that step along the 45 and using the leg up, head up should greatly improve your left-handed pickoff move.